Digital tradesmen. Realize your American dream by getting paid to think and become a provider. So, digital tradesmen are those whose skills, dedication, and unique vision build the foundation of American greatness. No matter the twists and turns of life, you too can learn a digital trade for little to no money online and raise your value. Okay, so most people feel that that the American dream is no longer within their grasp, or at least no longer within the grasp of the average person. There's a way that it still can be achieved. With or without a college education, the only requirement is desire. You have to want it. Shout out to Novel. Make use of the pathways that internet access has opened up for everyday people to acquire specific knowledge. Find your place in the new digital frontier of skilled craftsmen and entrepreneurship, I should say. This post will ignite interest in different fields that are most likely to remain in high demand, regardless of tech innovation or political uncertainty. People should binge learn instead of binge watch. Right now, there's millions of people sitting at home watching the calendar fly by and wasting their time and potential. That time could be spent learning a skill that pays the bills for a lifetime. These skills can be acquired for free or for very little money through online learning courses, which nearly every American has access to. This post is not intended to be a comprehensive list of all digital career fields, but instead it should be viewed as a source of hope for those who are still wishing for a piece of that American dream for themselves. So the machines are coming. Machine learning is a disruptive force that allows software to learn from experience, able to improve its predictive decision making and accuracy over time, over incredibly short periods of time. This can replace vast amounts of physical labor, curation, and lifetimes of expert pattern recognition. So people who are going to try to compete with its ability to gather data, analyze patterns, and implement choices will simply just be crushed by its, never-ending potential to mimic decades of on-the-job nuance and experience. Soon, widely available software will allow amateurs to compete with experts while exerting little to no effort. Shortly after that, web-based services that cheaply sell complex work that's normally done through in-house production teams will populate the market. So I'm thinking even like game industry stuff, 3D modeling, animators, things like that, even coding. So this will pave the way for an introduction of full AI systems with machine learning elements, which are going to dominate every non-creative field. So there's going to be a lot of parts of even pieces of creative fields that will be completely obliterated, but definitely not all. But we're talking people who are like accountants, people who are working in any job that can be taught to a person within a short span of time, and then they can be doing it at the same level. Those jobs are going to be going away. So you got to think about this stuff. So getting paid to think is really where you want to be. Disconnecting your inputs from your outputs, meaning there is no clear connection of how to be paid based off of your productivity. Okay, so it's not like, well, I just get paid by the hour. So for me in my consulting practice, I get paid to solve problems. So when a person comes to me, they don't say, okay, I'm gonna pay you X amount of money for so many hours of thought process. That's not how it works. They come to me with a problem and I solve that problem. Whether I do it in 5 minutes or it takes me 4 days, it doesn't matter. They're paying me to solve a problem for them that on their own they could not have solved. So now this is why thought-based creative disciplines that bring digital worlds to life will remain in demand far after the implementation of AI. So digital tradesmen will always need to learn and adapt to stay relevant, now including making use of new technologies as tools rather than competition. So this is going to include writers, podcasters, show producers, videographers, photographers, video editors, digital illustrators, 2D, 3D guys, and girls, graphic designers. So within a few years' time, you could become a true provider as a digital tradesman, competing for higher spots while working for any number of online content creators. Right now, the world is going hard on content creation. So there's going to be a big need for all the people I just listed right there, okay? There's going to be companies that spring up left and right that are putting out essentially the work of whole broadcast studios. So you can jump in there and start really making yourself not only a valuable asset, but you could even run your own small business as a production house. So these are things that you need to start thinking about if you're really trying to take a new step or make some changes in life. I mean, imagine buying your first home and building a family with the money that you earn from having multiple income streams, not being stressed about work and the company of your loved ones, and making your own path through life. Even though sometimes, your wife, your kids, the dog are all going to bust through the door one day during a really important video call. That stuff happens, but it's great. And to me, I'd rather take that any day than sit there working at a 9 to 5, hating what I do and just grinding away my potential. You tell me if you think the same way, though. And this show is sponsored by SquishyBrick.com. Do you need help telling understandable and relatable brand stories? Is your marketing filled with dull, unimaginative, and confusing writing? Then head over to SquishyBrick.com. They specialize in website copy, product descriptions, ebooks, and attractive presentations. Go check out some of their case studies and then click the orange Start a Project button on the top right-hand side of the screen to set up a free consultation. That's SquishyBrick.com. SQUISHYBRICK. Brand strategy and copywriting for free thinkers. So what do you think about what I covered here today? If you're interested or you find value in this show, then let me know by commenting American Waymaker on wherever you're watching. You can also head to AmericanWaymaker.com and subscribe to the free newsletter to get access to the articles that I covered and also exclusive content that only other Waymakers get to check out. And then let me know if this video sparked anything else in you. You can use the hashtag American Waymaker on Gab, Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, and a bunch of other places that'll be linked below. So like it if you and I think alike. Subscribe if you're a part of the tribe, and share it because you'll be in my prayers, and comment if you want to represent. I'm out.